Welcome everybody to a day at the races at the stock market today, September 24th, 2025. We're up $17 today, and it sure was a horse race. Them sharks, them bears, they're after your money, and they want to take it from you. And they do a great job at doing it. But today we finished ahead of them, just barely, for the finish. Now remember, don't risk any money you can't afford to lose. Train on the simulator. Make sure that you're ready before you start hitting the real market. So we started off the day downwards. I think we made some sense. Then we got down to $16 before we went back up to $45. And today the key was we made less than we lost on every trade, but we took two more trades. So we doubled the number of trades. And we are green for today. And we cut down yesterday's loss down to 53.01 for the week. We took 6 trades. Here are the trades. A couple of losers, a couple of bad ones. The $28 one is one that hurt because we could have had more. And otherwise, we made 58 on ACTH. And LAC was iffy for us. So we started in pre-market. Nothing was looking good. SHFS had moved up yesterday. By the time I looked at it, the market was closed, so I couldn't jump in. It moved up to 13, I think, this morning in very early trading. But we can't trade that early. We weren't up. We decided to show up late today. So we were up like just about 10 minutes to 6 Pacific time. We felt that what was happening yesterday probably continued today. And there were some good movers. And I think by the time I quit and I was at a settled funds cash, things may have gotten better. Like and subscribe if you like our videos. It costs absolutely nothing. It's totally free. Like I said, we don't email you. We don't come to your house. We don't knock on your doors. If you want to get notified of newer videos, click on the bell. We're the only day trading YouTube channel that I know of that goes through the trouble of preparing those nice little video intros, AI intros videos for you. And we try to keep it lively, because otherwise everything's going to go sad and depressed that you lost, or happy when you won. The ups and downs, the emotions of day trading are bad. So my thought here was, again, I like this moving up to BWAP stocks, especially when they've had a little bit of action before. And that was my thought, that it would eventually jump up and move to that magenta line up there. But nothing is ever that easy. So we're just going to watch this here and notice the MACD start to curl down. So we know that it's probably not going to cross over. And there might be a slight chance. So it raises up a little bit, but we know it's not going to go higher. But we continue to hold as it's above BWAP. So we hit the magenta line, but of course we're only in with 3 shares. It's just a starter position, just to test the waters. Well, maybe we could have taken more. I don't know. What were we in at 928, 972, 50 cents? Could have taken 100 shares. Yeah, that would have been a nice move. But I'm disliking these high price stocks more and more. Now watch, as I say that, they'll maybe tomorrow, the next week, who knows? They'll come this stock, it'll be somewhere around 850 and I won't take it and it'll go up 20. So I think when these stocks show up and if they have a little bit of strength, they've shown a little bit of strength, this is the way to go. Just jump in with a few shares, 1 to 2, 3 shares, to see where it's headed. And we know under BWAP, stocks are going to be less strong. And once they rise above BWAP, then they start hitting scanners, then things might be better. And if they've got news, then more even better. So I think that's the pattern we were looking for here, and that's what I was looking for. Just 3 shares to see if it passed over BWAP and it would pick up, and then at that point, if it hit and went over the magenta line there, which was what, 940? No, 980. Then we'd jump back in. And actually add more. You see me getting ready to buy more, but it drops down. I wasn't quite ready just because it went up there once or twice. I needed to see it convincingly, and here the volume starts to fall. So the buyers gave up. They wanted to see the bars a little better. And that indecision green bar there, and then a red bar sort of told me that I think that's it. And of course the MACDs. They're still early, 6:18 a.m. Pacific, so no sense in taking too many chances. And of course, our trend reversal here says, you know what? This ain't going to make it past 980. So we give it a chance. See if it'll bounce off of BWAP. We try to sell the wrong quantity. Yes, we get a reject message. And then we sell out 30 cents. No big deal. Cost of doing business. I had also labeled LAC because yesterday was also a mover, not as big as SHFS, but it had moved up a little bit, and it looked like it had momentum here. It was a low price stock, so I was thinking, well, maybe we'll have better luck and more folks will jump in. But I think I got in here way too late. It's already 574 at the top. And the right entry here would have been 524, right above BWAP. And that one green bar there is to the right of the small red bar that's cuddled up by the other green bar on the left, off of the 20. That would have been the entry there. So probably around 530 would have been the entry here. But we weren't watching this one. We were watching the other one. We were making 30 cents on the other one. We thought this one might have a little bit of a climb. We're already in the open now at 636. We've let 16 minutes go by. And we're looking for folks in momentum to jump in. Now, over on the watch list in the gap scanner, you see ACTH hitting 57 cents, and it had been doing that for the past hour or so. And I had looked at it, but I wasn't totally convinced. And the reason I mention it is because that's the next stock, the next trades we take are on ACTH. And there were others. TNFA was making noise, but not going too much anywhere. RCT, the same thing, not moving on. XPON was another one mentioned, but nothing. And everything else I looked at just didn't pan out. Now it's holding here, and that's the reason we continue to hold. I keep saying I'm going to use templates and stop orders, and I stopped doing it. Here again, we get faked out. And it's a horse race. We weren't in here for $1.50. We're in here for a lot more than that. So we're going to have the guts to stand there and take it. But the negative signs are starting to show. If you see the MACD, there's good separation from the MACD and the signal line, but the histogram there shows the volume starting to get grayish. The big old doji candle there is a negative sign. The super trend MACD is pointing downwards. The Jurek MACD is also showing dark greener candles. And so here, it's obviously there was going to be no pickup. And I think it does climb back up later. I don't know how much. I didn't check. So today I found the market a lot lighter like yesterday. Not with heavy selling. So hopefully tomorrow things will turn around and people will say, well, enough of this. It's time to start making some money. So we're patient, give it a little bit of time, but our trend reversal says it's time to go. We lose 1657. So ACTH, and remember I pointed it out around 636, now 6 minutes later, and it was at 57, and now it's at 63. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen here, but at 65 cents, you have to take a lot of shares. So You got to go in for the bargain, and it looked like it had strength. I like the nice curl up. It was a chance to be truthful with you guys. I thought I was going to lose 50 to 60 bucks here. I was prepared for that. That's why I went in with 1,000 shares. And the only reason I was prepared to lose that was because I had not at least seen a real sure thing here. And as you can see there, that red candle was almost proving me right. But I knew I felt that it needed liquidity. I had a intuition about this. But I'm also thinking, as I'm in the trade, what am I doing? This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's, I don't want to call it defensive moves, but I think you go into the market and your objective with a small account is to make money, and you have to do it in small amounts, right? And the biggest objective is not to lose. But in the stock market, I think I've figured out that you're going to lose 2 out of every 3 trades, and that's bad news. So if you get in, you better be ready to stomach sitting through a drop like I just did, going down to 30 bucks and then up high. Now everything here, the MACD is curling down. The super trend is pointing red. Jurek MACD does not have a huge cloud separation on those yellow lines there. But what I'm thinking is it just moved up to the top of the active trades. It doesn't have a whole lot of volume, more than usual. I'm looking at the relative volume index over there. It's at 1.34. But it's been gathering steam all morning long. And so I'm thinking that folks are liking it because of the price. And we look at time and sales, busy. There was some big buyers there, but there's also small buyers. And here we finally pick up. And that's what we're looking for. 1,000 shares. We got in at 64. And looking for the break of 70. And remember, Thinkorswim figures out how much money we made based on the bid. I don't know if it takes the lowest bid. So we begin to scale out. There's no sense in risking more to the downside, and then we just, that red bar just says, let's get out. So we make $23. So now we're up about $6-7. And look at that, it recovers itself. And we still have a nice pile of settled funds, money. So we're going to jump in again. And this time, we're going in heavy. We're thinking it might hit 75.80 or even go up to $1, and that would be a huge win. So we're just waiting for it to give us a signal. Super trend and the MACD to start move, flailing. There we go. Jump in. Buy market to get filled quickly. Get filled at 68, not too bad. We hit 70, 71. And then we're just looking to quickly flatten out. $58 up on the day. And we're feeling good. We want to get a little bit more, and so we look at LAC again. It looks like it's got a nice curl there. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Leave your comments, questions below. Cost absolutely nothing. I think I missed a trade here. I'm not sure if it's at the end then. Because we had another ACTH trade after that 2,000 shares. We went in with 600 shares and we lost $28. And that brought us way down. So we're at 58 minus 16. We're around $40 minus 28. And then we made $4 on this trade here because of the curl up. And wound up the day with $17.89, almost $18. So we're hoping we still got Thursday and Friday left to try to recover another $100. And we've got 2 days next week. So we just gotta stay green. Hope you guys guys and gals, whoever's trading out there, had a great or a good day, green day. Congrats to those of you who did. And enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you for watching TradePicks.